Hey, I'm back. It's your girl A Dub, and I'm chatting with you guys today about all things in the apps. As you know, I am a 60 something woman out here single, testing the waters for you guys, and it's been an interesting ride. I've decided to kind of go in sort of a different order. I was thinking chronological, but I think it's going to be by type. So today, we're going to be talking about what I call something different. And these are gentlemen who I've met who were different from me in a lot of ways. So my first person that I'm going to talk to you about is his name is Priya, and he was my first and only date of an Indian persuasion. Priya, it was great. We had great conversation. He was very Americanized. He just checked a lot of boxes, seemed like a fun person, and he made the first move for us to go out on a date. So he lived locally, and we decided to meet at a restaurant in downtown Columbus. Like I said, we had some great conversations. We talked about cars, we talked about movies. He didn't quite get all of the cultural stuff about comedy, but he liked comedy, which was cool because that's one of my favorite forms of entertainment, and talked movies, etc. So we meet on a summer evening, so still early in the day. We met at 5:30. And let me tell you, boy, oh, it was nuts. So I get there and it was kind of an order first, and then you pick up your order and you sit at your table. He and I walked in and again went in for my usual hug. He looked over my head and he literally said nothing. He said hello, and that was it. And I mean, when I say that was it, I mean from the entire date. He did not speak, but yes, no, as I asked questions as if I was in a job interview or something like that. So I asked him, I said, "What's going on? Are you okay?" "I'm okay." Okay, all right. He knew who I was. He knew what I looked like. This was not a surprise, but boy, was it a surprise for me. So we chatted, we drank, we had a little drink, we had our food, and he asked, did I want to go for a walk? He picked this place because he thought there would be a lot of people moving around. It was in downtown Seabus. So he said, would you like to go for a walk now that we were done? I said, absolutely, that would be great. Well, we walked and we literally walked around the block, crossed the street, and he ended up at my car and promptly put me in my car and sent me home. That date lasted approximately 35 to 40 minutes. I arrived at 5:30 and I was home no later than 6:45, and that was because I was 20 minutes away from the location. I was stunned. I was floored. I had no idea what happened with this guy. He just went completely left. And I touched base with him because this is one thing that I do. If I have an opportunity to express how the date went or give pointers even, I will. And so I texted him and I said, "What happened? I don't understand anything that just happened here." And he texted me back very flatly, "I didn't enjoy myself." I was like, "No shit." No shit, dog. And that was the last I ever heard from that gentleman. Of course, I'm not an idiot, but it was just amazing. It was like, what in the heck? It's the start of this kind of crazy kind of way that men are behaving out here. Then I met this guy, Mark, and we're going to call him 6'7". And he is 6'7". And he was a super, super nice guy, great voice. I love a good voice. He was white and he was recently divorced. He lived by a lake, a place I had never even heard of, and that was close. It was maybe an hour or so out from Columbus. And he worked in Columbus. So we talked and talked and talked. I mean, we spent hours on the phone. We went back and forth, and we just had a really, really good vibe. He showed he loves his toys, so he has money. He showed me pictures of his Corvette, his motorcycle. He had a boat, all these things. Now, the overarching theme was homeboy had never dated a black woman. He said he approached one time, a black woman one time when he was in college, and she, gave him the boot. So he and I were at the same age. He's about 6 months younger than me, and we just kept talking. And that's the, again, kind of developed a really nice friendship. But what became apparent is homeboy had no intentions of meeting me. We went back and forth. He would start calling me and telling me about other dates, other women he's meeting. And I sort of became his mother confessor. So, and more importantly, we've been doing this for 2 years, he and I. He decided that at one point he said, I have to quit the apps. I can't talk to you anymore. And I said, what are you talking about? Why? And you just met this girl and you're going to let her dictate. So I was like really going in on him, at various points. He's what he and I both refer to him as a golden retriever. He is an ultimate people pleaser, except for this person, because he never pleased me. Never have we gone on a date. So we went around and around, back and forth, talking at various points and what have you. And we finally met 1 year later. 1 year later. We met 1 year later. And it was simply by coincidence because the restaurant that I was going to with my daughter and her boyfriend for Thanksgiving, he was also having Thanksgiving dinner with his family. So we said, okay, this would be great. Good time to meet. And we meet and I saw his wife. I was like, oh, she's different. Nothing like what he describes that he wants. Okay, get that, get that. But we chatted and then we just parted ways and we've not seen each other since. He has been in various relationships. Again, I know all of this because he tells me everything. And it's just been nonsense. Mark, again, great guy. Hopefully he will find the one. And that's his hallmark. He wants to be in love immediately. He wants to find his person. He is ready to lock down. So ladies, if you get an opportunity to check this guy out, you should, because if he wants you, you're going to have a great, great life with him.